In the previous video, we have discussed the closure in Scala. In this video, we shall give you one proper example to get this conception in a more better way. So here is a demonstration, that is a demonstration of one example of closures in Scala programming. In this video, we are going to discuss more on Scala closures with different data types. This video is the continuation of the previous one. Please watch the previous video for the better understanding. So now here you can find that in the previous video we have defined that we are defining one variable my age with the value 35. That is, we are having one unnamed function, that is an anonymous function, which takes a string as input argument and which print the body of the function is println my name. So whatever is passing as input argument, that will be printed, and having age, that is a my age, so this age will be printed, and hello message will be the function name, because its output, it has been assigned to this val hello message. So this hello message Tanmoy will print that Tanmoy having age 35. So let me execute this one. We also executed the same in the previous example. So I'm going for this execution. So you can find this Tanmoy having age 35. So here we are defining one function. Name of the function is my function, which will take one function as the first input parameter. So the function variable here is func, and which takes a string as input argument, which returns unit, that is void, and also it takes a second parameter, that is the name of the type of string. So here this particular function variable it has been passed with this argument name here. So what will happen, we shall be passing this hello message, this anonymous function here, and this Anupam here. So what will happen, this hello message will be called with the input argument Anupam. So let me execute the same. So having this Anupam having age 35 is the output. Now let us discuss something new here. So val ages, so array 22, 33, 44. So here we have defined one integer array, that is the ages. So val say ages. So this is one anonymous function we are having. It takes this a as input argument of the type int, and its body is to print this respective string. So now we are having this a, which is ranging from 0 to 2. So 0, 1 and 2. So as a result of that say ages, it will print this ages a. So now if I execute it, you can find the output. So the age is 22, the age is 33, the age is 44. So here you can find that what we have done, we have defined one integer array, that is ages, and here we have defined one anonymous function which takes one integer as input argument, and which is having the body to print this respective text, and this anonymous function has been assigned on this say ages. So as a result of that, this say ages can be, this anonymous function can be invoked using say ages, as it requires one integer as input parameter. So I'm passing this ages a, where a is ranging from 0 to 2. So from this particular array, integer array, the ages will be picked up one after another in this iteration, and the corresponding outputs will be obtained. So in this way this output has been obtained. Now let me work with some array buffer. So here we are having we have done the import of the respective class and from the respective package. So here we are having this val names is equal to array buffer Amit, Otunu and Anirban. So I have given three names here, and these are the three name values are there in this array buffer. The name of this array buffer object is names. So here we are defining another anonymous function. So name of this, it has been assigned to this my func. This anonymous function is here. It takes a function variable as input argument. This is a function variable which is having one string as input argument and which returns void. And here we are passing the second parameter as a name of the type of string. And this anonymous function is having the body, that is our func name here. So here you see this func. So whatever the function variable name is there, so that has been used, and the second parameter has been passed as its input parameter. So this is the anonymous function we have defined, and it has been assigned to my func. So now what we are doing here is that here we are having this age count, which is ranging from 0 to 2. So this my function, anonymous function, has been called, and the first argument should be the function variable. So here I have passed this hello message, there is a variable we are having, and the second argument I must be passing here the name So here from this particular names array buffer object, we are passing this names and this age count, and age count in this for iteration will be ranging from 0 to 2. I think that things are clear to you. For the better understanding, let me execute the code once again. So I'm just executing this one on the interactive shell, and you can find this Amit, Otunu and Anirban, 3 names have got picked up from this array buffer object, that is names, and having age 35, 35, 35, because you know that in case of this hello message, we're having this particular age 35, so $my name having the age $my age. So in this way the 35 has got printed accordingly. So I think this at this particular stage the conception on this Scala closure is clear to you. This outcome, I'm just keeping this one on the screen so that you can see, also you can do the typing of the code and execute the code at your end also. Thanks for watching this video.